Second Chronicles 26. Then all the people of Yehudah tooketh Uzziah, who was 16 years old, and made him king in the room of his father Amatjahu. He buildeth Elath, and restored to Yehudah. After that the king slept with his fathers. 16 years old was Uzziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 52 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name also was Yekoliah of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of Yahuwah, according to all that his father Amitjahu did. And he sought Elohim in the days of Zachariah, who had understanding in the visions of Elohim. And as long as he sought Yahuwah, Elohim made him to prosper. And he went forth and warred against the Palestine, and broke down at the wall of Gath, and at the wall of Yabneh, and at the wall of Ashdod, and built cities about Ashdod and among the Palestine. And Elohim helped him against the Palestine, and against the Arabim, and that dwelt in Gerbaal, and the Meunim. And the Ammonim gave gifts to Uzziah, and his name spread abroad, even to the entering in of Mitzrayim, for he strengthened himself exceedingly. Moreover, Uzziah built towers in Jerusalem at the corner gate, and at the valley gate, and at the turning of the wall, and fortified them. He also built towers in the desert, and dug many wells, where he had much cattle, both in the low country and in the plains, husbandmen also, and vine dressers in the mountains and in Carmel, for he loved husbandry. Moreover, Uzziah had a host of fighting men that went out to war by bands, according to the number of their account, by the hand of Yeiel the scribe, and Maaseyahu the ruler, under the hand of Hananiah, one of the king's captains. The whole number of the chief of the fathers of the mighty men of valor were 2,600. And under their hand was an army, 300,000 and 7,500, that made war with mighty power to help the king against the enemy. And Uzziah prepared for them throughout all the host shields and spears and helmets and coats of armor and bows and slings to cast stones. And he made in Jerusalem engines, invented by cunning men, to be on the towers and upon the bulwarks, to shoot arrows and great stones withal. And his name spread far abroad, for he was marvelously helped, till he was strong. But when he was strong, his heart was lifted up to his destruction, for he transgressed against Yahuwah Eloheinu, and went into the temple of Yahuwah to burn incense upon the altar of incense. And Azariah the priest went in after him, and with him 80 priests of Yahuwah that were valiant men. And they withstood Uzziah the king, and said unto him, It appertains not unto you, Uzziah, to burn incense unto Yahuwah, but to the priest and the sons of Aaron, that are consecrated to burn incense. Go out of the sanctuary, for you have transgressed, neither shall it be for your honor from Yahuwah Elohim. Then Uzziah was wroth, and had a censer in his hand to burn incense, and while he was wroth with the priest, the leprosy even rose up in his forehead before the priest in the house of Yahuwah, from beside the incense altar. And Azariah, the chief priest, and all the priests looked upon him, and behold, he was leprous in his forehead. And they thrust him out from thence. Yea, himself also hasted to go out, because Yahuwah had smitten him. And Uzziah the king was a leper unto the day of his death. And he dwelt in a several house, being a leper, for he was cut off from the house of YAHUAH, and Jotham, his son, was over the king's house, judging as the people of the land. Now the rest of the acts of Uzziah, first and last, did Yeshayahu the prophet, the son of Amoz, write. So Uzziah slept with his fathers, and they buried him with his fathers in the field of the burial which belonged to the kings. For they said, He is a leper, and Jotham his son reigned in his stead.